My name is Simi McMichael, and the process of punk is new for me. I've worked hard, long hours to save our land from destruction. They made the front pages of our newspaper, and the public came out strong in opposition for any more condos and developments on Ali'i Drive. It was clear that the public wanted open space, so here I am. So I hope that all of you will have patience with me and hope to guide me and get these sacred lands to open space. My submission are all of Ali'i Drive and pertains to the most popular beaches in all of West Hawaii: Banyans, Pahoehoe, Magic Sands, La'aloa. Hawaii Revised Statutes 205A, Coastal Zone Management. The land hits all of the objectives, provides coastal recreational opportunities accessible to the public. Historic resources: protect, preserve, and where desirable, restore those natural and man-made historic resources in the coastal zone management area. Beach protection: protect beaches for public use and recreation. And the number one of the Kona Community Development Plan is the coastline, the watershed areas, floodplain, important agricultural land, open space. Historic and sacred are all of these lands. The royal and high chiefly centers, complexes, including dwellings of chiefs and their entourage, place of refuge, and other structures. These areas included agricultural and were densely populated, formal and informal burial features. Kalani Opu'u is said to have surfed, and Kamehameha, said to learn to surf and glide with a canoe over the waves. The lands were occupied by the chiefs because surfing was good and the food abundant in ancient times. These areas are clearly an attractive draw in the period immediately preceding contact and thereafter, and it still is. These areas were historically a place for fishermen and their families, handy 1897 to 87. Inland and upland were part of the Kona field, major vegetation zones, settlements, densities, and lands in this area. Agricultural plots, permanent habitation, chiefly residence, and ceremonial centers. Ali'is would travel between these royal centers throughout the year for resources and recreation areas with good surfing and canoe landings that were favored by the Ali'is as royal centers. Kamehameha became adept at board and canoe surfing at Holualoa Bay, and Holualoa Bay is of Banyans. The National Park Service recently listed Holualoa for Archeological District of the National Register of Historic Places. This consists of Keolanahihi State Historic Park and its two parts, Keolanahihi Complex, encompassing the 12 acres and Makai of Ali'i Drive, and the Kealani Wahine Complex. The 19th century brought increasingly rapid changes to all of Hawaii, even here in Kona. Cattle, ranching, and traditional agricultural practices necessitated the rock walls to control the movement of the livestock. Example, the Kuakini Wall, that's now registered in historic preservation as Monument Site 6302. The Banyans EA had an abandoned parking lot, and here's what it listed. It was to improve existing public facilities for the optimum usage, and not a year now, we still don't have a public restroom. The use of the adjoining recreation areas shall be compatible with the community values, physical resources, and recreational potential. Develop short and long-range capital improvements program and plans for recreational facilities and consistent with the general plan. Provide facilities at a broad recreational program for all ages. The special consideration is for the handicapped, the elderly, and the young children. Coordinate recreational programs and facilities with government and private agencies, and PUNK would be very special. Adopt an ongoing program to identify the areas with the existing resources, such as land, sandy beach, and prime areas, and this is a prime area, with recreation for both the public and the tourists and the locals. So recreational standards, we have beach parks that would be great for swimming, surfing, fishing, nature study, and other pastimes. And we do need adequate restrooms, showers, picnic facilities, drinking water, and adequate parking, pavilions, various sizes, and lifeguard facilities. The proposed open space will satisfy the relevant goals, policies, and courses of actions related to recreational facilities in the County of Hawaii. And so the acquisition of Banyans, Pahoehoe, and Magic Sands will expand recreational facilities in the North Kona district. So for the benefit and the present and future generation, the county shall conserve and protect Hawaii's natural beauty and all its natural resources. And then Section 1329, the Hawaii County Charter to include Wahipana, the surf spots, and the historic sites. So I would plead with you, for the public, to put these special, and it's so special. I mean, just to come on board to be available with willing sellers is phenomenal. I mean, we could never get this in the past. The county tried, the county failed. So we have no parking. The surfers now, they have all these condos, and they blocked everything, no parking, no parking, no parking. Now they put a bikeway, so if the car sticks out, they get a ticket. They have no place to go to Lua, nothing. Nothing for almost 2 years now. So this land is Banyans. All it is condo. It's an infill. They were going to build a 5-story condo right on our beach. I stopped it. And this seller is more than willing to sell it to Punk, including the other condos. They said they've inundated our surf. They don't mind if Punk buys the whole condominium. This is horrible what's happened. We have so many, it's the best surfing contest is on this island. And it hits all the major magazines. The surfers, the pros from all around the world come to it every year for Shane Dorian contests. And here's my vision, and I've had it a while. And this is a watercolor, and it's the only one that they had back in the days in the archaeology. And for some reason, it's strange how everything came up on board, because the other one that came up was across the Pahoehoe Park. Pahoehoe Park is a picnic area. We have luau's there, we have baby showers, baby first birthday, and we have a sliver of parking. And when you take all your picnic things and you have to walk and try to avoid getting hit by the cars, it's horrible. So the county has a parking that they bought Punk on the other side, but you have to walk way over. This land of Pahoehoe came up, and it's here in the green. And this is the 8 acres. And that's directly across Pahoehoe Park. So we could make an extension. And the county was trying to do 50 units of affordable housing. And then they said, yeah, the affordable housing is for only a limited 20 years. We said, no way. We don't want 50 units here when we can't even get a parking. And it's going to create so much traffic. We can't make a left turn going south. So through a contested case hearing, these people I just love. The owners, I love them because they could understand the public, what the public wanted, what the public have to dealt with all these condos. Oh my God, just to have them willing to sell and not build, I feel blessed. I'm sorry, I feel blessed. And then only a few weeks later, the other property came up. It's 29 acres, and this would be the agricultural. This whole thing is the archaeology. There's so many platforms. There's so many possible burials. This is where King Kamehameha and Kealani Wahine resided, and we have to protect it. It's next to the Keoho Ali'i Highway. It will never be built. They have when they did the archaeological studies on the Ali'i Highway, there's burials, there's caves, there's lava tubes. It's full of iwi kupunas, and we need to save them. And this is such an opportunity. You'll never find another opportunity. And if you buy this, it would be the true meaning of open space. It would be all the way from Mackay all the way to Kuakini Highway. This is an opportunity. All of them went bankrupt. This particular one is owned by a bank in New York. They're willing to sell. I saw the records. It went from millions of dollars, 12 million, 7 million. Now they'll give it to you for 3. And I'm thinking, wow, this is an opportunity we will never get back. Ali'i Drive is the land of the chiefs. Mahalo.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Aloha, my name is Lokilani McMichael. I'm from the Ahupua'a of Holualoa, and I'm here because of Banyans and Pahoehoe. I think both are worth saving. On each side, the Holualoa already, it's registered with the National Historic Registry, and so is Kahalu. So these two properties are in the middle of that. They're also situated on Ali'i Drive, which is sacred, which is where our Ali'i lived, in between the 7 royal centers, starting at Kamakuhonu all the way to Honau now. The Banyans property is known for surfing. It's right now we were just trying to stop the desecration of these properties, and it was my friends and the community that were suggesting punk. So this is my first punk meeting. I think it's so awesome that the sellers are willing for punk to buy it at all. I didn't know that was going to be the case. This is awesome. It's March. It's a Women's Month, right? And yesterday was International Women's Day, so I'd like to talk about the chiefesses. Keolana Hihi is a pu'uhonua. This is the one right by Banyans. And there was Kiaka Mahana and Keakealanu Wahine, which was a ruling chiefess of this island. She inherited her chiefess from her dad, Keakea Kane, and she was a surfer. She's, I think, the great-great-grandma of, she's before King Kamehameha, but that's where she surfed, was Banyans. And there's a lot of history to it there. It's so much better saved than putting a 5-story condo on it. I surfed there as a child, and there's not much access to get to the surf spot. My brother and I, we actually got told to beat it off the beach by some of the condo owners. And it would be nice to just have some access, some space, and a bathroom, because right now there's only a shower. A 10-foot sliver with a banyan tree that was given by the queen. Actually, I think the condo owners cut it and they planted another banyan tree. But 10-foot sliver with just a shower, no bathroom. So Banyans, it should be saved. It's a great place for the punk. As far as the Pahoehoe, it's that place was known for canoeing. It's right. It's actually got the flood zone through it, the Waiaha and the Kaumalamala. I was talking to some of the old timers, and they said that there were as many as 50 canoe builders, and there was an ahu there that was actually destroyed only recently, before 1980. Oh, that's my time. I think that it's great we would preserve surfing, fishing, canoeing, praying, and agriculture for sustainability reasons too, because you never know when we're going to get cut off from the mainland. Thank you. Mahalo.
Thank you very much.
Aloha, Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to speak in front of you today. I am a real estate broker by practice, and I'm representing 3 landowners that are willing and able to move ahead with the punk purchases. They've hired me as a background because of my development experience and real estate experience, but more importantly, some of my background in creating and advocating for open space in the Kona area. which include Honnold's, a parcel above White Sands Park, and 46 acres of oceanfront land at Kuamō. So this is the work that I feel most special about in my practice. These owners are all willing sellers, and I speak about the Banyans parcel as one of the parcels. This is an opportunity where I would say hundreds and hundreds of surfer keiki go every year. One of the biggest surf contests by Shane Dorian has been an annual event there, and we would love to see this parcel be held as the next annual event, open for the next Shane Dorian surf contest. But it is used daily in that area.
I
They
have
did-
some questions.
Sure.
Are these parcels, are they the three parcels contiguous? Are they connected?
No. The last one is actually
Two of them are.
no.
None of them are.
No, there's it's confusing, but it's the same area. See,
Okay,
it
that's
goes-
fine. That answers
yeah.
my question. How
Okay.
many acres is each parcel?
Yeah, they vary. The Banyans is
The Banyans one is not even one, right? It's just the one from the highway to the road between the two condominiums, correct?
Yeah,
the Banyans is Ali'i Drive to the shoreline.
Yeah.
right.
And
Yeah.
then between the two condominiums minus the walkway.
Yeah, there's a walk. Well, the walkway is the other side. That's
Where
belongs.
the shower is, there's a walkway and a fence, right? Is that part of the
No, actually
public
that's
access already?
that's public access. Then there's a condominium. Then it's the only empty lot is south of it. Yeah.
Your actual form that you submitted says land acreage, and it says 15,372. I'm kind of not sure.
So it must be square footage.
Oh, square feet.
Yes,
Okay, because
square
actually I
footage.
do know that area.
Yeah.
So okay.
I
Yeah.
see for Magic Sands is about 30 acres.
Yes, 29 point something. Yeah.
And then it's also pretty sizable, the Pahoehoea.
The Pahoehoe is 8 acres.
8 acres.
Yes.
Okay. So that gives me an idea.
Yeah.
Now,
8 acres. Okay.
8
you
acres.
spoke in your
a little over 8 acres.
Are there any groups in place to do stewardship for any one of these or all of these?
Yes, there is West Hawaii Surfing Association.
That's for Banyans, right?
That's for Banyans. And any of these and surf riders, they'll be willing to steward it. Yeah.
It would be helpful to your application to get documentation of that.
Okay.
Commitment
All right.
for all of them. You know, it doesn't have to be the same group doing all, but
Okay.
You know, get
Well,
something in
West
place.
Hawaii Surfing Association is my group, so we'll
great.
do all of it. Yeah.
great.
Yes,
Excellent.
we'll do all of it.
It's
Great.
for Banyans, right?
We'll do
We'll
all
do all
three.
three.
All three.
Said.
And
She would do all three.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also one of the members is lineal descendant to all three.
Great.
He's the Alapai, and he goes all the way to Kamehameha 1.
Oh,
And I have all the
Alapainui, yes.
I have all his lineal right here. And he is part of the land. Yeah. And what I wanted to say is also, please read the archaeology of this land. This they made for me, and it's all double back. It's amazing, amazing. I was saying to Ron, I did Kahalu of 58 acres. It was the largest archaeology site ever found in the state of Hawaii.
Wow.
It took 3 days of contested case, all the way to 9 o'clock at night. From 8 o'clock in the morning to 9 was the last day. But the archaeology, I'm amazed at this one. This was just given to me, and I was like, wow, this amazing. The mounds, the platforms, the possible burials.
Well, thank you so much. I'm not finished asking, but I've always written testimony in all of your struggles.
Oh, thank
and I
you.
really appreciate all the work you've done for this Aina and our community. Well,
Mani
just
Mahine.
our PONC
Yeah.
policy is much stricter than the EA.
That's fine, because
Yeah.
actually what in my mind, I would like to restore what was. Like if they had the platform, I would love the platform. I'm not into destroying. I am to malama and make it. Respect the aina, respect the mana. The mana is so real. You know, I've been guided to this. I didn't make this come to me. Literally, I went, another contested case. I'm like, I'm just trying to get my things to punk. The last one came only at the end when the Pahoehoe owner said, "This is coming up to me. What are you going to do?" And I said, you know, I just said, I wasn't prepared. This book is so thick that I didn't have time to read everything. I didn't go to the county and try to study everything and then try to go there and be akamai. I went there and I lost. I literally lost. Every one of the commissioners voted for this. It's Musukani Council. I was like, my daughter and I were just like floored. We're just like, I just picked up my stuff and I just walked out the door. He chased me out the door. He said, "Look, there is a whole bunch of archaeology here." And I said, "Well, you know," I said, "there's a lot of mana. And you know what mana is? Go look at Kona Lagoon, bankrupt. Go look at Keoho Beach Hotel, bankrupt. Banyans, bankrupt. Pahoehoe, bankrupt. La'aloa, bankrupt." I go, "Do you know what mana is? That's mana." And I was like, I curled in my bed that night. I just like, wow, I couldn't help you. I'm so sorry. And I picked up the phone the next day, the next morning, and I said, "This is Simi McMichael." He says, "Yes, I know who you are." I said, "You know, this is I just have to ask you, would you be able and willing to sell this land to Punk?" He said, "Yes." I went, "Oh my God, I love you. Okay, you know what I need? I need your archaeology because this is what I need. This is historic. I need this for my application." I actually said, "Oh, is it public outdoor recreation? Yes. Is it preservation and historic culturally? Yes. Protection of natural resources? Yes. Preservation, forests, beaches, coastal? Yes. Okay, I'm going to mark all this for the application. Okay, protection of watershed. Okay, so the historic, culturally, I need your archaeology." He was a little hesitant because, you know, this I could use because we as Kanaka Maoli have a constitution to protect our iwi kupuna. They need proper burial. They need proper addressing. When there's possible burial, you just don't get a bulldozer. And that's what's been happening in the past. They know what's there. We had hoary bats next to the Pahoehoe. This is the one that they, Royal Ali'i, they had documented everything. The surfers knew there was all these hoary bats. It was a cave. There was a witness he would go at night. He said he and his family would go there. Next thing you know, they were combining the lot. It's bulldozed. A lot of it's destroyed. And what bothers me is that it's documented. They do all these archaeology studies. Then the owner bulldozes. He sells it, and he doesn't take the blame because it was the other owner. And this is constantly what's on. I go to OHA and I said, "Why do you allow this destruction of our land? This is sacred land. This is not just sacred land. This is the chiefs. This is why Ali'i Drive is called Ali'i." I have an archaeology study by the county when they did align Ali'i Drive. And they said, "Wow, you people should really study this because there is a lot to learn." And so what it is that they get destroyed. And I asked OHA, why? Why don't you guys step in? He said, because they just do it. It's cheaper. The fines are cheaper than having the whole job stop. And then what's really horrible about these things is when they come to the EVs, they tell the construction workers to leave because if they call SHPT, it shuts down.
So Simi, thank you because your work is invaluable and you might want to consider applying to be a Punk commissioner because you really have what it takes.